Okay, good morning, Mr. Anifoshe Joshua. Good morning. How are you doing today? It's a pleasure having you here. If you can hear me loud and clear, do let me know by responding in the chat section. I repeat, if you can hear me loud and clear, do let me know by responding in the chat section. It's a pleasure having you here. Okay, beautiful. I can see we have Aminu Usman as well. You are also welcome. If you can hear me, please kindly type in the chat section. Okay, beautiful. I can see Anifoshe Joshua said, good morning, sir. I can hear you crystal clear. Awesome, beautiful. Thank you for that feedback, right? So, of course, we already know why we are here. We are here because we want to learn how to trade the financial markets the proper way. As we have just two people here, we're going to kick off right now. What we always say is that it is not about Nigerian time, but it is about 10 trade time. It's about making money time. And this is the time to learn the information in order for us to make money. So for this next 4 days, that is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we're going to be having this workshop for beginners, where we're going to be talking about everything from the beginner's point of view for you to be able to hit the ground running. There are a lot of beginner traders that didn't start the business the proper way. They didn't start learning the proper way. They just more or less just open an account and start trading with the hopes that they'll start making money, but it does not work that way, right? So Forex trading for beginners is what we are here for today, and we would try not to go way too fast, and then hopefully others will join us in good time. So it's a pleasure once again for you guys connecting to us. Please let us know where you are connecting to us from. Let us know where you are connecting to us from. Don't forget, this is the workshop for beginners. Beautiful. I can see Solomon Musa has just joined us. Please, this is the workshop for beginners. So also, if you know any beginner that would like to learn how to trade the proper way, trade the financial market the proper way, please kindly give them this link. Let them join us. Don't forget, as we always say, like and follow us on all our social media platforms, from the Instagram, Telegram, Twitter, and of course, YouTube as well. All right. So like, comment, and then subscribe to our social media handles. And also post the information, please, guys. Post the information of this training, this workshop today. It promises to be enlightening, and then you will see for yourself. Great. So it's a pleasure having you guys here again. And of course, this is brought to you by 10 Trade, the broker that would help you to get to where you need to be, right? This broker is going to help you to get to where you need to be. So all you have to do is to stick around and do the needful. A quick disclaimer. I repeat, a quick disclaimer. Trading the financial market carries a high level of risk as it is a leveraged market, which simply means that one can easily lose a lot of money. You can also make plenty money as well. And that's why we also say, as a follow-up, always ensure that you minimize your losses, and then you maximize your profits. Minimize your losses, and then you maximize your profits, right? Very key, very, very important. So that's a disclaimer for everybody. And then let's proceed with what we have. Now, I want to ask this question, or I want to just, make this statement, and I hope we understand it. Information without implementation will not lead to transformation. This is a statement I like to say so that everybody knows that as you are getting this information now, if you do not implement it, if you don't make use of it, what will happen? You will not get that transformation. You will not become better traders at the end of the day. And that is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And this is where a lot of traders are, like yourself, or you guys that are here. Please, for you guys that are here, in the comment section, let us know whether you are new or you are struggling. Quickly type in the chat section. Let us know whether you are new or you are struggling. Okay, Aminu Usman said newbie, and Anif Fowoshe Joshua said struggling. Yes, I always knew for a fact that we'll have new and then also struggling traders here. And if you look very well, the major problem here with the new and struggling traders is that they are still in the same place. They're still in the current situation, as you can see. So for the new and struggling traders, they need to get to this place here of becoming a profitable trader, right? Which is the desired situation. But they need to go through these particular steps, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to review the steps to you now, right? So these are the steps, and these are the things that we are going to be talking about in this, our 4 days workshop. We're going to talk about how to develop a winning mentality, which has to do with risk, which has to do with psychology. Then we'll talk about manage risk, which has to do with risk management, obviously, and then develop strategy, which has to do with market analysis, fundamentals and technicals. Trading plan and journal has to do with psychology. Avoid unnecessary losses also has to do with psychology, right? So we're going to proceed now and give you more information. Please, if you guys can share this on your WhatsApp status, on your Twitter account, on your Facebook, on every other platform, let them come and join us in this free session where you get to learn how to trade, right? There is what is known as the 888 24 hours rule. I don't know whether you guys have heard this before. I'm going to explain this to you so that you are going to see that there is no exception whatsoever. Now, guys, we have 888, that's 24 hours, and there's a rule behind it. How many hours is recommended for sleeping? How many hours did the doctor say we should be using to sleep? That's 8 hours, right? The doctor said we should be using 8 hours to sleep. That's 8. And then how many hours is recommended for us to work, the 9 to 5? That's why it's called 9 to 5, which is what? Another what? Another 8. So we have 8 hours for our sleeping, and then we have 8 hours for our 9 to 5. Now, what about the last 8 hours? The last 8 hours, we can simply say it is for ourselves. It's for ourselves to tidy up things. You know, most times people don't sleep a whole 8 hours. That's one. And then most times people don't work 9 to 5. It's not the whole 8 hours you're going to work. You're going to have break in between, and then you have some time where you do some other things. And then the final 8 hours is for you. So the reason why we're showing this 24 hours rule is because most traders today, they normally say, oh, I don't have time. I don't have time. It's not a matter of you don't have time. It's about how you are making use of your time the proper way, right? And you're supposed to be doing that based on this 24 hours rule, right? Great. Now, this is what we want from you. Please, everybody, pay attention. In this free session, the only thing you're going to be paying is what? The only thing you're going to be paying is attention. Great, great, great. So pay attention, make sure you take notes, and then ensure that you register for a demo or live account. Kindly signify, guys, if you don't have an account with 10Trade, kindly signify, and I'll explain to you how to get an account with 10Trade. For those just joining us, you're welcome. Israel Bulus, we have Miriam Momodu, and now we just have Johnson Olajuyigbe that just joined us. Right, great, great, great. If they're from you, please continue, put up on your status, put up on your Twitter, your Instagram, different platforms that we are having a workshop for beginners. Today is for 4 days. That is Monday, that is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, right? So make sure you take notes, register for a demo or a live account. I asked you guys whether you have an account already, but nobody seems to have replied. Do you have a demo account or a live account with 10Trade? You are required, it's advisable for you to have that account, right? And then the next thing you do is practice, practice, and practice. You cannot practice enough. Practice is the order of the day, right? Now, a quick introduction to the business, as we have some people that are very new to the business. A very quick introduction to the business. Now, before I continue, let me just use that to ask this question. Are you guys doing number 2? Are you guys taking notes? You need to be taking notes. It is for your own good. You need to be taking notes. Okay, thank you. Anifo Joshua said live account with 10 trade. Awesome. Great. For the rest of us, it will also be good for us to communicate, because the truth now is that communication, right, obviously through question and answers, is the way that you are majorly going to learn, right? So you are going to learn by asking questions. So when we ask a question and then we say, you guys ask your question too, and then we don't get any feedback from you, either you answering our question or you giving us your own question, there's nothing that we can do, right? And then you practice. Very, very important. Now, a quick introduction to the business. Thank you. Solomon Musa said live account and taking notes. Beautiful. I believe that is a live account with us 10 trade. Beautiful. Great. So let's continue. So a quick introduction to the business. It's always good for us to understand the business, what the business is all about, and of course, how we can do it, how we can benefit from the business. That's why it's called a business. So in this business, we need to ask ourselves these certain questions. What is the business? Where can I do the business? Where can I do the business? Who can do the business? The tools needed and how to do the business. These are the very key questions that we have right in front of us. And please note this, right? Note this if you do not know this already. Trading the financial market is a very, very lucrative online business. Yes, online trading, online business, right? And this is one that you can do from anywhere using your laptop, your smartphone devices, and even using your smartphone as well. Smartphone, tablet, laptop, desktop, you name it, right? You can use this to trade the financial market, and then you are good to go, right? You are good to go. So let's look at that series of questions that we asked earlier. With respect to the first one, what is trading? Please, at any point in time, feel free to ask a question. This is the workshop for beginners. So we're starting from the very foundation, we're starting from the very scratch to help you to understand the business much, much better, right? So what is trading? What is trading? Trading is what? Trading is simply, I was trying to wait to see whether we get any answer. Don't forget, we're going to be asking a lot of questions in the course of this our learning. So what is trading? Trading is simply the buying and selling of different instruments. Just like you can buy and sell euros against USD, you can buy and sell pounds against Japanese yen, you can buy and sell. All of these instruments are very much available. That is the currencies, and of course, under 10 trade, apart from the currencies, you also have the likes of the cryptos, you have the likes of equities, you have the likes of indices. With 10 trade, you have options, right? Very key, very, very important for us to take note of. So you can trade all of these instruments as we just mentioned, no restrictions when you are under the 10 trade roof, right? So for those that didn't answer whether they're trading live or demo, please, you can still answer. It is not too late. You might never tell. I might just want to give somebody, right, a quick session, or just want to give somebody something as like a gift. So if you like, do not answer. If you like, answer, no problem. So how do you make money? How do you make money? Okay, beautiful. Now you can see Aminu Usman said demo account, to meaning that he's shouting, he's over here. And this is what I like to see. Trust me, I have been doing this for years. I already know. Now I'm going to do a test. This is the beginner's class, but I know for a fact, we know for a fact that we have some people that have been trading already on the live account, and obviously they're not doing well. And that's why you are here. I can give you a lot of reasons why you're not doing well, right? Just to show you that you're in the right place and you need to participate. A lot of traders are not doing well. Why? Simply because of what? Simply because they are over trading, they're event trading, they don't know how to calculate the stop loss, they're using poor risk management. Entry exit based on market analysis is rather very, very poor. What else again are they doing wrong, right? Some traders are, as an example, maybe you're giving your money to someone to trade for you, or you're doing one form of copying another traders or listening to another trader's analysis and so on, and it's not working for you, right? So a lot of traders are going through all of these things, and that's what we just mentioned a few. There are also other things as well, lack of patience, lack of discipline, but I digress. Let us stick to what we have now. So how do you make money, right? You are going to make money from the fluctuations in price. In that price could either be going up or price could be going down. So price could be going up or down. So you're going to make money from the fluctuations in price. It is all about knowing when price is going to go up and when the price is going to go down in order for us to take advantage. I repeat, in order for us to take advantage of the market. Now, how does the broker make its own profit? This is something that we want you to understand because you are dealing with 10 trade. It's also good for you to know how 10 trade will also be making its money, just like you, right? Now, how does the broker 10 trade make its own money? Through what we call spread. I'm sure probably you must have heard about the spread, SPREAD, which stands for what? It stands for the difference between the buying and the selling prices. I repeat, spread is the difference between the buying and the selling prices. Very key, very important. When can you trade? When can you trade? You can trade any time of the day. You can trade in the morning, in the afternoon, in the night. As a matter of fact, the market is a 24-hour market, which opens Sunday, right? Sunday night and then closes Friday night. Please take note of that. So you can trade on a 24-hour basis at any point in time. Where can you trade? You can trade from anywhere in the world. As long as you have your devices and then you have your internet, you are good to go. So you can trade from anywhere in the world. What we're doing for you guys, the very beginners to the business, we're trying to give you a very solid foundation. We're trying to help you to understand the very, roots of the business so that you can watch your roots grow and then become a very big tree, right? So where can you trade? You can trade from anywhere in the world. Who can trade? Anybody, everybody can trade. This business does not discriminate. It doesn't ask whether you read econs or you are reading computer science or engineering. No, it is for everybody, which is a very big advantage to us as traders. Now, what tools are needed for successful trading? I repeat, what are the tools that are needed for successful trading, right? If you think about it very well, the tools needed for successful trading are what? You can easily say they are the internet-enabled device. It could be your smartphone, your laptop, or your desktop devices, or it could even be your internet as well. So the devices you need, the internet-enabled device, number one, the internet, number two, number three, the account, the demo account, right? And then number four, what do you need number four, right? You mentioned number one, the things that you need, the internet-enabled device, you need the internet, you need the broker's account, right? And you need what? You need knowledge. Knowledge is why you are here. You are here to tap from the knowledge, from the wealth of knowledge that we've had from the business over years, right? So that's why these are the things that are needed for successful trading. Now, the most important question of the day, we left this left the best for last. How to trade? How can you trade? Now, you are also going to be trading based on the fluctuations, price going up and price going down, right? And that is how you will be making your money. And these are the four things. I repeat, these are the four things that we are going to be taking. We're going to be conducting this 4 days workshop, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Today, we're going to focus on the MetaTrader 4, and then tomorrow we can cross over to market analysis, risk management, and then psychology, right? Very key, very, very important. When it comes to the MetaTrader, right? When it comes to the MetaTrader, you have MetaTrader 4, you have MetaTrader 5. With 10 trade, it is MetaTrader 5. So when it comes to the MetaTrader trading application, please listen to this. The trading application is going to help you, right, to open trades. You can see what we have in front of us. It's going to help you to open trades, close trades, and modify trades. I repeat, it's going to help us to open trades, open trades, close trades, and modify trades. And these things are very important for us all to take note of, because this software, the MetaTrader, right, in this case, the MetaTrader 5, is what we are going to be discussing at length in the course of our program, right? It's what we're going to be discussing at length in the course of our program. So now, with that said, let us proceed, right? Because we're going to come back to this today to show you how to open, how to close, and modify trades. It's very, very important, because if you are trading, I repeat, if you are trading and you do not know how to open trades, close trades, or modify trades, then I don't know what you are doing. So we're going to tackle this first of all right now. But then I want to also tell you that in the course of this our workshop, we are going to be looking at the market analysis that's going to help us to enter and then exit trades. You remember earlier we said that a lot of traders are having a lot of issues because we have new traders here, and then we have struggling traders. And then we said, if you're a struggling trader, we mentioned a list of things that you're having issues with. We mentioned the aspect of entry and exit based on market analysis. And that's what we have right in front of us. And we are going to be talking about this tomorrow. And then we have management, risk management, also known as money management. And it's going to help us to minimize our losses while we maximize our profits. Risk management, very, very key, very, very important. Excuse me. This is one key area where traders are not getting it, and their account balance normally suffers at the end of the day. Excuse me. The psychology of trading. We're also going to be looking at how to control your emotions. Lots of traders have emotional imbalance, right? Excuse me. Sorry. So a lot of traders have emotional imbalance. So we're going to be talking about how to control your emotions using the likes of the trading plan, using the likes of the trading journal. We'll talk about some other things, the trading management, and so on. And trust me, these things are going to help us with the psychology of trading, also known as the trading psychology. Very key, very, very important. Now we want to do something. Now we want to focus on the trading application. You remember we said it is MT5 with the 10 trade, right? It is MT5, and MT5 is actually a very good platform, and we're going to be exploring that shortly. Don't forget, we're going to be exploring that with respect to how to open, how to close, and how to modify trades, right? Before we cross over to the 10 trade MT5 trading application, I want to show you how the software looks like. Please look at this software very well, what you have in front of you, because this is what we're going to be using for our analysis, using for to explain this properly to everybody. So I'm going to do something now. From this image, as you can see, I'm going to flip over. I'm going to switch over to the software, because we need to know how to use this to open, close, and modify trades. Now, can you see this, guys? Can you see this? Can you see this is the live trading application, the 10 trade MT5? And if you look to your left-hand side here, right, I'm going to switch back to the chart that we saw, that we're looking at now. So when I switch back, pay attention and look at the numbering and where they are. Can you see? Can you see the numbering of this on the image? This is an image, right? But then when we cross over to the live account, because we're supposed to be trading live. Remember, some of us say we have a demo account or have a live account with 10 trade. And one thing I always advise traders is best for you to have a live account, no matter how little it is, right? So that when you place a trade and you have a loss, it's going to be very painful, and you don't want that to happen again, and you will adjust and do the needful. You can see the 1, 2, 3 right in front of us. This is the 1, 2, 3 over here as we have crossed over to the live chat, right? So you can see this is 1 here, this is 2 here, and this is 3. So I'm just going to quickly explain these areas of the platform 1, 2, 3 so that we understand it thoroughly. So this is what I'm going to be doing for you. Number 1, as you can see, talks about the market watch. You guys can write down if you want as well. But don't forget, there will also be a recording of this video. And don't forget, also earlier we said, guys, try to post up the information of this webinar try to post it up on your WhatsApp status, your Facebook, your Instagram, your Twitter. Let as many people as possible see it and then let them join us, right? Joining us virtually online. Great. So we have 1, 2, 3 in front of us. And if you look closely, number 1 is called Market Watch over here. And Market Watch simply does something. It gives us all the instruments, all the available instruments that we have, and then it gives us the bid and the ask prices. The bid is when you are selling. The bid is the selling price, while the ask is the buying price. And if you look very well, that is why the ask is what? The ask is always bigger across board. If you look at all these instruments here, as I'm underlining them, you notice that the ask is always greater than the bid, right? So the bid is the selling price, while the ask is the buying price. So let's pay attention to that. So that's just number 1, this market watch area here. So I'm going to show you number 2. Number 2 here is housing all the information. I repeat, number 2 is housing all the information with respect to our money. You can see our balance here, you can see our equity, and you can see our free margin. And you can see that everything is the same price at the end of the day. So why are they the same price? Balance is your money, the money that you have in your account, just like you funded your account. This is a demo account, by the way, right? So balance is the money that you have in that account. Equity is what we call the balance plus what? Plus the profit over here. I repeat, equity is the balance plus the profit level over here. So the answer why the equity is the same with the balance is because what? It's because the profit is 0. Why is the profit 0? The profit is 0. Why? Because we do not have any open trade running at the moment, right? You can see we've answered for the equity, and then the free margin. Free margin is also trying to tell us more or less how much we have, how much equity we have left to place more and more trades. You can see we have free margin here, which happens to be the same with the equity and the balance. Trust me, by the time we place at least one trade, because we are going to place at least one trade together to show you how to open, how to close, and how to modify trades. But when we place those trades together, come back and pay attention to this area and see what happens here, right? And then we have number 3. Number 3 is known as the chart window, C-H-A-R-T. The chart window, the area, right, where you're going to conduct your analysis, the area that is easy on the eyes. Some of us that are new to this business, if I remember correctly, let me try and scroll up, because I want to put it to the test to show you that this is not difficult. Oh, Aminu Usman is not here. He must have signed out. Is there anybody that is new that is over here with us? Please kindly quickly signify. I want to show you that this business is not difficult, right? By the time you see, by the time you understand, then it will build confidence in yourself to start trading the live account. So we need to start trading the live account. Why? Because you need to start making money right now. And the only way for you to make the money is to do what? Is to do the needful, pay attention, and practice, ask questions as well, right? Anybody that is new here, Aminu Usman is not here. He said he was new. I wanted to ask a quick question, but no worries. The question I wanted to ask nonetheless was, what is the trend of this chart that we have right in front of us? What's the trend? The trend has to do with the direction. Is it up? Is it down? If you look at it very well, I'm going to help you as I can't see any comment from anybody. You can see from the left-hand side where the market started over here. This is where the market started. And then this is where the market is presently, as you can see as well. If you're going to connect this circle, I'll call it 1, and you connect this circle 2, what you are going to be doing from here, you're going to draw an arrow that's going to be moving in what direction? It's going to be moving downward. So as moving downwards, this has already told us that it is what? That it is a downtrend. Oh, beautiful. I can see Aim, which Uchechuku said downtrend, and then Basi Eyo said down as well. Great. That is very easy on the eyes, right? And that's what we're going to be doing here as from tomorrow based on market analysis. This will be basically the technical point of view. I hope it is making sense. I hope we are getting value in this, our workshop. We're trying to keep it as simple as possible so that you can easily understand and you can start to practice and they start to trade the live account and start to make money at the end of the day. Guys, don't forget, post this up on your WhatsApp status. Let's try to increase the number a bit. Okay, Jonathan Falola said, this is downtrend. Good. Now that I will wait for reversal candle, even if I want to go for buy with proper risk management. We can see you have let the cat out of the bag. We can see that you are already trading, Jonathan Falola, from what you said. You even said support level. Please, we haven't gotten there yet. Don't confuse us, the beginners. We haven't gotten there yet. And he said, okay, sir, we already know that you are conversant with this, no problem. By the time we get to this support and resistance, it will make more sense to you, and you can easily chip in, share your idea. You can still share your idea today, notwithstanding, to help every other person out. Okay, so we've talked about the one market word number 2, which is known as the terminal, that houses everything that has to do with our money. And the number 3, it has to do with the charts, right? So the charts could either be going up or could be going down in this manner that we have drawn, right? If it's up, right, it simply means that we should be looking forward to buying. And then if it's down, it means that we should be looking forward to selling. Remember, we said trading is strictly about the directional bias. I repeat, trading is strictly about the directional bias. The market is going down, it's advisable for you to sell. Market is going up, it's advisable for you to buy. I'm not saying you cannot go against the trend. You can, definitely, but you need to fully understand exactly what you are doing, right? So now we've just done something here. We have breezed through the environment of the software. We now want to do what? We now want to show you how to open, close, and modify trades. Don't forget that's what we're going to be focusing on today. And then tomorrow, we're going to cross over to market analysis, as we said, market analysis, then risk management, and then what? The final one, which has to do with trading psychology. And this area, all of them, is going to touch base thoroughly on what you need to know. You need to know. There's a big difference between what you need to know and what you want to know. We're going to touch base on the things that you need to know in order to start trading the financial markets the proper way. So now let's look at how to open, close, and modify trades. I'm just going to clean this chart up. And then for you to open a trade, you look for new order here. You can see new order here. And then if I decide to come over here to where we have number 1, the market watch that houses all the instruments, what I can easily do, I can right click on any one here. I can right click on this first one, which is Euro USD. Once I right click, you should be able to see new order. So if I click on new order here or click on new order here, it's the same thing. It will still bring up this dialog box for us. Let me close this one and then open it from here. So it will bring up this dialog box for us. And we are going to be looking at how to use this to open or close trades now. We're going to look at this quickly because of time. And then we also want you to try to carry out 1 or 2 exercises while we're together. And of course, you would also have assignment as well. So now we want to place a trade now. You can place a trade in either of these ways. I repeat, you can place a trade in either of these 2 ways. Either you're placing a trade based on what we call market execution, right? Based on what we call market execution. There's either market execution or it is pending order. I repeat, it's either market execution, and we're going to be looking at what we have right in front of us to place this trade. I repeat, we're going to be looking at what we have right in front of us to be able to place the trade. Don't forget, the 2 ways for you to enter the market are based on what we call market execution, which simply means that you're supposed to be placing a trade now. If you're using market execution, it means that you're entering the market at the market price as of now. But then when it comes to the pending order, the pending order simply means that your order is waiting. Your trade is waiting at a particular place, and then hopefully it moves in your favor, it triggers, and then comes alive, and so on, right? So those just joining us, you're a bit late, but we'll try as much as possible to do a quick recap when we round up. And by the way, you haven't missed much as such. What we're talking about here majorly has to do with the software, the 10 trade MetaTrader 5. So as we're focusing on that here, right, it's paramount that you know how to use the software to open, close, and modify. And you can see this is open here. The open has to do with market execution and pending order. Market execution and pending order. So now I'm going to do something for you. Let me just go back and click on that new order here. Either this one, or you can right click on the instrument of choice, whatever the case might be. Let's click on this new order here, and you can see it's giving us more information. You can see what we have here. Volume, we're going to talk about it later. If you look very well, we have market execution, and then we have pending order. Market execution, and then pending order. So we are talking about market execution now. That means that for you to place a trade, don't worry, we haven't talked about stop loss and take profit yet, but we are going to talk about it shortly. Right? So for you to place a trade based on market execution, you could either click on sell by market price now or buy by market price now. If you look very well, based on the spread that we mentioned earlier, you can see that they are not the same. This here is slightly different. I hope we get that. Let me get some feedback from you guys here. A few of us are still joining in a bit late. Francis Omogia 4, I believe you joined in late as well. Israel, okay, no. Iodejo, we have some few people that are joining in a bit late. Not really sure why, but let's continue. All the same, we'll try and do a quick recap for everybody. So you could either be clicking on sell or clicking on buy, right? Click on sell or click on buy. I'm going to show you how it's going to work, and this is what we're going to do. Mini, money, more. I'm going to click on buy. Why did I do mini, money, more? I did mini, money, more to show you that that is not the right way to trade. We don't do guesswork here. We use the information that we have on our chart, on analysis based on fundamentals and so on. We combine it two together, and it helps us to do the needful. So you could either click on sell or buy, and we're going to click on buy now. Now pay attention to also when we click on buy, what happens over here at the bottom, right? You'll notice some things will happen. The profit will not be zero anymore. So let's click on buy. This is buy by market using market execution. Beautiful. So now you can see that we have a trade running here, right? We used the smallest volume, 0.01. We're going to talk about this as we continue with the workshop, but not today. That's why you need to stay tuned today, tomorrow, next week, and even, today, tomorrow, the upper day, and so on. You understand what I'm trying to say? It's going to be a 4-day session, 4 days workshop from Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And trust me, there's going to be gifts to give out. I'm going to mention this much later, but let's continue, right? I'm going to mention this much later. For those that are interested, you can as well take advantage. But then let's continue with what we have for you. So you can see right in front of this chart, right? Or rather, we've placed a trade to what? We placed a trade to buy, right? And then we can also do the opposite. As this one is on a buy, we can also place a trade. We can place a trade to sell. Yes, we can place a trade to sell. So if I'm going to click on new order, this is the new order, right? And you want to place a trade to sell as well. Don't forget, it's a still market execution, meaning that you are executing it right now based on the price fluctuations, the raw price fluctuations. That's why you keep on seeing all of these guys fluctuating. And this is at times where the battle might be fluctuating within that little area. So let's click on buy. Okay, we clicked on buy already, and this is the trade that we have over here, right? So now if you look very well, we have some new parameters that have been introduced. The likes of, we have symbol, which is known as the instrument that you are trading. You have the ticket number, just like you're going to the bank to make a complaint. You have your ticket number to show them that this is the transaction that you did. Right? You have the time and the time and the date in which you place the trade. You have the type of trade, whether it's a buy or sell, the volume used, and then this price over here is giving you the price in which you entered. This is the price in which you entered, and then this is the current price. And you can see we have stop loss and take profit, stop loss and take profit. Yes. So if you look at it very well, we have quickly shown you how to place trades using market execution, whether it is a sell or buy. And I believe we've explained it well enough for you to understand. Please let us know if you have any questions thus far. We are going to still quickly look at how to use the pending orders, and then how to modify trades based on stop loss and take profit, and then also how to close trades. Those three are very important. How to open, right, trades as more or less how to open trades, trade opening, how to open trades, number one, and then how to close trades, and then how to modify trades. Right, so we've looked at how to market execution. That is for right now. Market execution is for right now. So we are going to look at pending orders. Right, I'm going to show you the concept. I'm going to explain the concept to you for pending orders. Now look at it now. Pending order, first of all, simply means that you are not entering the market at that current market price. You're not entering the market at that current market price. If you look very well, this is now fluctuating in our favor. You can see the color has changed. There's no negative here. I can see everything has to do with this section here. Please let me know if I'm fast as well. I hope I'm not too fast. Let me get feedback from you. I hope I am not too fast. Do let me know. For those that are joining rather late, we're going to still do a form of revision for you. That revision obviously will not be more than 2-3 minutes. Just a quick condensed analysis, a quick one for you, for those that are coming in late. So we have here the balance. You can see the equity, the margin. You can see now that the equity is now different from the balance. And that's because we have an open position over here, which has even turned to negative now. Don't worry about that. Don't forget, this is for practice on the demo, right? So please do not use your demo, your live account if you are new. After you learn it, you can cross over to your live account, right? So you have the time and the date you place the trade. You have the type of trade, the volume used. You have the price over here. You can see the stop loss section here is blank. Take profit section is here, black, and the price over here, you can see this price is fluctuating compared to this price over here. Where's that? This price over here. So if you look at this price fluctuating, it simply means that this is working with the current market price, while this one is the price in which you entered. And then by the time you do your subtraction, I repeat, by the time you do your subtraction, right, from this current price and then the new price. Okay, I have a comment over here, sorry. Okay, Jonathan Falola just said, okay, sir. Okay, great. So now let's do something, please, where I want you to pay attention. There's no stop loss and there's no take profit. You cannot place trades this way, right? So we're going to have to modify, I repeat, we're going to have to modify this trade to set the stop loss and set the take profit. But I was trying to explain to you the pending orders, how to use pending orders. Now, for the pending order, let me clean up my chart. I want to use the white board to explain this carefully, right? Carefully. You need to understand this, how to use pending orders. So for the pending orders, let's assume this is where the current price is here. I'm just going to put CP, current price, or market price, or whatever you want to put it, or current market price. CP is current price. It is currently at this price. For you to use a pending order, you are not entering at that current price. Those that enter the current price are using market execution. Or you using a pending order, could either place a pending order above over here, or you can place a pending order below here, right? Below the current price. Because you know it's not going to be at the current price forever. It's either going to go up or it is going to go down, and then it should pick up your pending order, right? So now look at what we have over here. This is the current price. You have this place here that you can, whether it's a buy or sell you want to do. You have here below the current price, whether it's a buy or sell you want to do. Now let's assume something. Let's assume we want to buy. Listen to this, guys, carefully. Let's assume what we want to do is buy using a pending order. A pending order for buy, we have two categories. We have the limit, and then we have the stop, right? So for the two categories of pending orders, we're using buy as an instance. We have the buy limit and then the buy stop. When you're using the sell as an instance, you can easily say the sell limit and the sell stop, right? So let's assume you are buying. As you are buying, you want the price to go up. This is the current price, don't forget. As you want the price to go up, the price could either go up from the current price. As it's going up, it could pick you up over here, right? And then trigger your entry, and then you got in a buy over here. Or The market could even do something. It could first of all reverse. It could reverse to this area of entry, possible entry using pending order. It could reverse to this point here, and then you get your trigger, excuse me, and then it goes higher in your favor. So we're looking at buy, limit, and then buy stop. Now, the way I'm going to explain the limit and the stop is in this way, right? The way I'm going to explain the limit and the stop is in this way. Now, when it comes to the limit, listen to this, guys. When it comes to the limit, whether it is for buy or it is for sell, the limit is following the concept of a reversal, right? Meaning that assuming the price is supposed to be going up, right? It's supposed to be going up some more. The price first of all do something. The price first of all come down and then go up, right? So it's that aspect where it's coming down here. Excuse me. It's that aspect where it's coming down over here that we're going to be setting that limit. And you can see the price is going up, which is for a buy. Now we said based on the directional bias, if the market is going up, it is for us to be buying. If the market is going down, it's for us to be selling. So in this case, it is going up, so it is a buy. So we're trying to figure out, is it a buy limit or a buy stop? And then we just explain to you that based on limit, there's usually a pullback, a retracement over here before it continues. So for this kind of scenario, where the price is going to pull back here, where the price is going to pull back before taking up, is known as a buy what? A buy limit, right? This is known as a buy limit, right? And that's why we say that you must also conduct your practicals as well, right? You must practice at the end of the day, right? Great. To look at it now, limit, as we just said, there's the reversal, there's the pullback before it continues in that direction. While stop is the opposite. From the current price over here, price doesn't pull back, it just pushes higher. It can pick your pending order here, which is a buy stop. It picks you up and then goes higher the more. So traders normally use these two types of pending orders at different scenarios, which they are comfortable with. So you can decide to be using the buy limit, or you can decide to be using the buy stop, right? And then when it comes to the sell stop and the sell limit, it is the opposite of what we have here on this our board, right? Because I can now decide to do this. I can decide to say that the market is going down, as you can see. As it's going down from this point, it pulled back up to this point, right? It pulled back to this point. As it pulled back to this point, pull back. Remember, pullback is to what? Pullback is to limit, right? Pullback is to limit. This is how you can also take notes so that it can help you to easily remember. When you talk about pullback, you're talking about limit. And remember, we're talking about selling over here. So at this point over here, where the market pullback here, is where we're going to be using our sell limits, right? Permit me to use SL for sell limit. So you don't confuse it with what's the name? You don't confuse it with the stop loss, right? So this is it for the sell limit. Now, when it comes to the sell stop, as it's going down, your price is now at the current price over here, current price. So as it's going down, you will now take note that it's going to push higher up to this point and then probably give you final take profit here. To give you final take profit here. Once you realize this, right, you know that what you can do based on the pending orders. You can see that we've talked about the sell limit here, so remember the sell stop. Don't forget the concept for limit is that there must be a pullback, there must be a retracement. And then when it comes to the stop, there is no pullback whatsoever. What happens? From the current price, the price just goes down. You can set a pending order here, right? And that pending order is what? The pending order is sell stop. So it picks you up here and then continues to go down, and then you've done what? You made some nice money at the end of the day. So what we're talking about so far with respect to the software, how to use it to open, close, and modify trades, we have just completed how to open a trade, looking at market execution, and then also pending order. I repeat, looking at market execution and then also pending order. Now, I want us to do something. I want us to look at how to modify. Please, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I repeat, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. We want everybody to get value. This is the beginner's class. It's a workshop. And of course, We want you to understand this right from the very beginning, and it doesn't end there. Apart from understanding, you need to practice. And when do you need to practice? You need to practice right now. Why do you need to practice now? Because you need money. When do you need money? You need the money right now. So everything still boils down to right now. And for you to do all of these things right now, you need to what? You need to start now. You don't have a demo or live account, reach out to your account manager. And if you don't have an account manager on that 10 trade, what you should do is to reach out to the person that sent this link to you. The person will help you connect you to an account officer, account manager that will help you to do a couple of things, right? Set up the demo, live account, and so on. So how to calculate stop loss and take profits. How to calculate stop loss and take profit is very, very important. Why? If you look at this trade that we took earlier, right? Remember, this is the trade that we used as our example. This trade that we took earlier, there is no stop loss and there is no take profit. This is a very, very dangerous way to trade. And let me ask this question. Which one do you think is more important that you need to use more of? Is it the stop loss or is it the take profit? Let me get feedback from you. Which of these two do you think you need to be implementing more of? Is it the stop loss or is it the take profit? Okay, beautiful. Basi Eyo said SL stop loss. Frances Omogiafo said, oh, Frances, yeah, Frances, yes, I remember Frances, a lady, she said stop loss. Israel Bulu said stop loss as well. And of course, you're what? You are correct. The stop loss is more important, right? Because if you set the take profit, you don't set the stop loss and you go and sleep, you can wake up and that account has blown. And it is all about account protection. But on the flip side, if you what? You set stop loss, you don't set take profit, it's very possible that that trade will continue to go in your favor, up to the moon. And it's also very possible that when you have a loss, the loss is this small, right? So the stop loss is very, very important at the end of the day. We're going to show you how to calculate the stop loss and also how to calculate the take profit as well, how to calculate the stop loss and how to calculate the take profit. And we are going to be using what is known as PIPs. PIPs, P-I-P. PIP stands for price interest points, right? So that's what a PIP is. And you're going to be hearing this PIP a lot because when you make money, you're making money in PIPs, right? Let's assume the price is moving from this point. Let me just do a drawing here. Price move from this point to this point. It's going to move to point 1. It's going to move to point 2, point 3, point 4, point 5, and so on, right? So that's what we're talking about based on PIPs, price interest point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to be doing that counting and so on, right? So now let's look at this quickly. This here, please everybody pay attention. You need to pay attention to this section very, very well. A lot of traders are making this particular mistake, and I was making this mistake for years until I realized what was going on. You can see it says buy Euro USD, no problem, and you're buying it at this particular price, no problem. So as you are buying it and you want to buy now, of course, you're going to use market execution, right? Even if it is later, you're going to use, pending order. So for the stop loss, right, we're just using an example, please. We have not conducted analysis. It is the analysis, right? Okay, thank you. I can see more SL came in right after from Emmanuel Olukayode Adeletu said SL. So you can see we're all on the right. Israel Bulustu said SL. Everybody seems to be saying SL. And that's why we always try to make it as engaging as possible, right? To know, first of all, that we're all together, that nobody is doing something else. Your attention is here. The more attention you pay, the better for you. This is a free session. The only thing required for you to pay is what? Is to pay attention. Simple, right? So you have any question, feel free to ask. So the stop loss here that we used as 40 and the take profit here that we used as 120, these are just arbitrary figures. For you to get the proper stop loss and take profit for your trading, it has to do with the analysis on that particular trade. And we have not done any analysis yet. The analysis is going to be when? The analysis is going to be tomorrow. We're going to talk about market analysis tomorrow. So let's continue with this aspect over here, right? So if you look very well, we're using our own stop loss and take profit. This is one major mistake I used to use back then. It's accounting, right? And this is the price in which we bought. We are buying at 1.0, 3929. So I'm a bit slow typing this. Okay, so now we bought at 1.03929, as you can see over here, and this is the price, right, that we were working with. Now, when it says stop loss and take profit, don't forget it's a buy, right? Let me just do this small diagram for you. Because it is a buy, let me ask this question. Because it's a buy, what direction do you want to see profits? You want to see your profits when the price goes down or when the price goes up? Don't forget, be mindful that you have entered the market. You have entered the market to buy now, right? You have entered the market to buy now. So what do you think? As you have entered the market to buy now, okay, we have a few comments coming in. Thank you, guys. Basi said up. Beautiful. So up is what? Up is take profit, right? Basi said up. Israel Bulu said up. Francis said up as well. Beautiful. So you can see we're all saying up, which is fantastic. That means that we're on the same page. And if for Joshua said up. So for buy, when the price goes up, it is profit. And then when it goes down, it is stop loss. Let me just put the SL here. What's going on? SL, right, for stop loss below. So that means that as the price is pushing higher, it is appreciating. And once it's pushing lower, you are subtracting, right? So for this stop loss that we have over here, this figure 1.03929, I'm going to tell you something. I used to make this mistake, and I want to show you the mistake, right? Normally, the stop loss of 40 pips is the same thing as writing 40.0 pips. It's the same thing as writing 40.0 pips. And then when it comes to take profit here is the same thing as writing 120.0 pips, right? But then this 40.0 pips is also known as 400 what? 400 points, right? So you might hear some people say points, you might hear some people say pipettes or pip, right? Please kindly note, I repeat, kindly note, right, that when it comes to pips and pipettes, right, kindly note that they are the same or slightly different, right? You can see 40.0 is pips, 40.0 pips, while the point is 400 points. 40.0 pips, 400 points. And if you look at what we have over here, writing it this way is very, very wrong. I'm going to show you something now for you to understand better. Writing it this way is very, very wrong. I'm going to clean up this chart and show you why we said it is very, very wrong, right? So now let's cross over back to the MT4, to the trading application. This is the trading application over here, right in front of us, right? Oops, sorry, just a second. Okay, this is the trading application right in front of us. And as you can see, the trading application right in front of us. Now I'm going to show you guys something. Remember when we clicked on new order to place a trade? This is a new order. So as we clicked on new order here, look at this. This last digit for selling and this last digit for buying. Who can tell us what can you observe? I need feedback from you guys. We need feedback. Please, apologies. I know it's already 1 hour up, but in the next maybe like 15, 20 minutes thereabout, 15 minutes thereabout, we should be able to finish. Once we finish, you have any questions, feel free to ask your questions. Then we will give you a little assignment. Century will give you a little assignment, and then tomorrow we will look at it. That's one of the key ways for us to understand this business better. And that's why assignments is also one of them. What we're doing right now is classwork. We're doing classwork, and then assignment is also part of them. So anybody, do you have any idea why this last digits for selling and for buying, why they are the way they are? Okay, Francis said the last 3 digits for buy is higher than that of sell. Well, that's not a, it can switch, you can see it's fluctuating, but that's not exactly what we're looking out for, right? Let me help you out. I'm going to help you out, and thank you, Frances, for trying, right? It was a broker's rate. Let me help you out. Let me help you out. I need to help you out. This last digit is what we call pipette. Pipette. A pipette is a fraction of a pip. It's very, very minute. I repeat, pipette is a fraction of a pip. I'll give you an example, right? If somebody were to ask for the time now is about 10:02 a.m., right? If someone's supposed to ask for the time now, would somebody say the time is 10:02, 16 seconds, 17 seconds, 18 seconds? Would the person mention the seconds? No, because the seconds is units. But we need to understand why this one is here. It is a unit of this figure here. So as a unit, this is also known as a pipette. A pipette is known as a fraction of a pip. Please, guys, write that down. A pipette is known as a fraction of a pip. Pipette is known as a fraction of a pip. And that's what's going to help us to carry out our calculation. So we're going to switch back to our slides over here, and we're going to look at the calculation here, right? So look at this carefully. Remember we said 40 pips is the same thing as 40.0, right? It's the same thing as 40.0, and then take profit is 120.0, right? Which is also known as 400 points or 1,200 points. So this is it. We wrote 40 here. This 40 is wrong because this last digit is known as the pipette. That means automatically this last digit is known as the pipette, and this one is known as the pipette. And that means we're left with just 4 pips. 4 pips, right? And if you're left with 4 pips for your stop loss instead of 40 pips, then you know there's a problem somewhere. When I started trading and I was doing this, something used to happen, right? My losses were very, very fast. I was wondering why they were fast until I realized that, as an example, the way I was writing this was not actually 40, it was actually 4 because of this last line here that acts as a what? As a pipette. Very key, very important. So we did for stop loss here and same thing for take profits. You writing it as 120 is not going to work, right? This is what's going to work for us to be able to get our proper calculation. This is what's going to work this here, right? Beautiful. So you can see as for stop loss, as we are writing the 40.0 or maybe your 400, what? Your 400 points, right? Your 400 points or 40.0 pips. And that's why if you look very well, you can see 400 here now. Why? Because this last digit is known as the pipette. This one is known as the pipette. That's the fraction of a pip. And this one is known as the pipette as well. And then before you know it, all of these are pipettes. And then the pip starts counting from here, 40 pips. I hope this makes sense. 40 pips for the stop loss. And then take profit is what? 120 over here, as you can see. While this last digit here is known as the pipette. Some traders, by the way, they tend to ignore the pipette. I don't know how you've heard of that before or you've come across some traders like that. They tend to ignore because it is too small. That's why, as I said earlier, based on the timing, you ask somebody for the time, the person will never tell you the time is 10:05 a.m., 21 seconds, 22 seconds, 23 seconds, and so on. No, right? So I hope that makes sense to everybody here. I hope that makes sense. Let's continue. Please, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Don't forget, today we're just talking about the software, how to use it to open trades, close trades, and modify trades. Open trades, close trades, and modify trades, right? I'm going to clean this up now because now we have shown you how to modify, right, for a buy position. And we're going to look at how to close a trade now. We are showing you how to modify a trade for a buy position by setting the stop loss and the take profit. One thing you need to also know, I'm going to show you a diagram here. Let me look for that diagram quickly. Great, this is the diagram. One thing you need to also note, remember we said when you are buying, it's advisable for you to follow it up for profit. And then when you are selling, it's advisable for you to sell and take it down for profit. One thing I also want to state, one thing I also want to note for everybody here listening When you are buying, listen to this carefully. When you are buying and you want to realize profit, it means that it is adding, right? It's just like saying you buy something at the price of 100. You buy something at the price of 100, it has gone up to maybe like 130. It has gone up to 130. Of course, you know that in between you have realized 30, right? And the same goes for the opposite direction. Assuming you are buying at 100, but this time around, it first of all goes down to 80. If it goes down to 80, the difference over here is what? Is 20. It means that you have lost 20 here, which is the stop loss, while you have gained what? You have gained 30 here. So this stop loss and take profit based on buy and sell positions are very, very important for us to understand. I repeat, these buy and sell positions, they are very, very important for us to take note of, right? And this is something that we need to fully understand, right? Please, if you have any questions, feel free to ask, right? We are going to now look at how to close trades manually. And after looking at how to close trades, you have any questions, we look at questions, we'll give you some little assignments, and then we'll call it a day. This is already over the 1 hour marker. So for you to close a trade, there are two ways for you to do that. You can close the trade manually, or you can close the trade in the automatic way. Now, the manual way, right? The manual way, I'm going to switch over to the charts, to the MT4 charts now. So the manual way is you doing what? Let me close this one, sorry. The manual way is you coming here, right? And then doing what? Coming here and then closing it yourself. You can right click on that trade and then look for close position. So you can close the position yourself, right? This is the manual way. The manual way simply means that you are the one doing it. You are the one doing it. Now, before we even proceed, let's quickly do something together. Before we proceed, this trade that we took over here, as you can see the price over here, it was a buy, right? So now we are buying, what was that instrument? We're buying GBP USD, just permit me to use GU. We're buying GU at what price? At 1.20, 1.20, 245, right? So you're buying GU at 1.20, sorry, this is 0, at 1.20, 245, right? You should know automatically that your take profit is higher because you are buying. Take profit is higher and it's addition. And then if it's lower, right, it is what? It is stop loss. You have take profit above for buying. Don't forget, this is the buying. That's why we have it over here. We have the buying and then we have the selling below. So now, right, now for this particular trade, let's assume, don't forget, this one is our pipet, right? This is our pipet. But let's assume, it's an assumption. Let's assume that our stop loss is what? Our stop loss is 30 pips, 30 pips, right? 30 pips. And then our take profit is what? Our take profit is, let me just look for any number, 75, is 75 pips, right? So if you want to calculate the stop loss over here, there's going to be this price that you use to enter, which is 1.20245. This is what you use to enter, right? And then now you want to calculate what? You want to calculate your take profit, right? Oh, sorry, we're calculating the stop loss first of all. So calculating stop loss, we are subtracting. So for calculating the stop loss, we are subtracting. And don't forget, our stop loss is 30 pips. So don't forget also, this 0 is representing what? Our 30.0, also known as 300 points. So 30.0 is also known as 30.0 pips, and then also known as 300 points, right? So we'll put our 0 here, as you can see, and we'll put the 30 here, 0 here, and then 3. Before you know it, here is 0, here is 0, and here is 0 automatically. We do the calculation in order to get the buy, so we can fill it out here ourselves. So as you are doing this, this is going to be 5 minus 0, right? That is 5 for the pipet. 4 minus 0, that is 4. 2 minus 3, that cannot go. So you get 1 from here, right? This becomes 12. 12 minus 3, this becomes 9. 1 minus 0 here. Sorry, this is 2, so this becomes 1. I'll borrow from here as well. So 1 minus 0 should give us 1, and then this should give us 1, and then that should be 1.11945. I repeat, 1.11945, right? So as we have done this, our stop loss calculation like this, what we're going to do is to modify. Don't forget, it's open, close, and modify. So we are going to modify this trade that we have right in front of us, right? So let's do this together. We're going to right-click anywhere on this trade, anywhere, right-click, and then go to modify. You can see modify here. That's what we want to do. We click on modify, and then over here, let me just move this away. It's looking too messy. Oh, let me leave it here, because as we modify, this is where to put the stop loss. As we put the stop loss that we got 1.11945, you will notice that this stop loss where we don't have anything, the value that we got is going to reflect over there. 1.11945. And by the time we click on modify, look at what happens over here. Stop loss is going to highlight this 1.11945. Modify. That's it. So you can see you need to practice. You need to practice a whole lot. It's going to help you at the end of the day. It seems maybe 1 or 2 people might just be joining us very late, not really sure, but you missed out on a handful. But this video will be made available to everybody. But all you need to do, please ensure you have your demo account or your live account, and then ensure that you'll be practicing, taking notes, and so on, right? So this is the stop loss we have here, and then take profit. Let's quickly look at the take profit. For take profit, let me clean up the charts. It's beginning to look a bit messy. Now, our entry is 1.20245. Don't forget 1.20245. And then this time around, we want to calculate for what? We want to calculate for take profit. What will be our take profit? So for our take profit, let's use maybe like 120 pips. For take profit, let's use like 120 pips. So if it's 120 pips, listen, if it's 120 pips, or you can use any value of your choice. Okay, sorry, let's use 90. Let's use 90 because we used 120 pips for the last one. So let's use 90 pips over here. For 90, don't forget we'll put the first 0, which is what? Pipette, right? We're calculating for take profit. For take profit for a buy, we're adding. So this is the 0 for pipette, to cater for pipette. And then this is now the 0, and then the 9 for the pips. And of course, we have 0 here, 0 here, and then 0 here. So 5 plus 0 is 5. 4 plus 0 is 4, right? 2 plus 9 is 11. 1 here, 1 here. 1 plus 0, which is 1. 2 plus 0 is 2. And then 1 plus 0 is 1. So we have 1.21145. The same thing over here. Come anywhere on this chart, anywhere of your choice, right click, and then you see modify. So you click on modify, and this other section over here where you have the take profit, this take profit section over here, what do? You put this take profit here of 1.211145, 1.21145. You can see something, it is still highlighted. It's still highlighted because this value, I repeat, this value, as you can see over here for buy, is higher, is greater, right? So as it's greater, it shows us that the take profit is in the right direction. So we click on modify here and look at what happens. Let's do the area of take profit here. Click on modify, look at what happens. Beautiful. So we have easily set our stop loss and take profit. No matter what wants to happen, no matter what's to happen, we have protected our account. No matter what wants to happen, we have protected our account. And if you look very well, this trade is even in positive. But we are not focusing on that now because we did not place this trade using any form of analysis. And you know, analysis is very important. Analysis is the reason why you place trades, right? So now we're trying to show you, let me clean this up. We're trying to show you how to close trades, and then we can round up for the day. For you to close trades, you can do it yourself manually. Manually, I can right click anywhere on this trade over here, right click, and you can see close position. You click on close position, this trade is going to close manually because we're the ones that did it manually. Now, who can help us? How can you close a trade automatically? Help us out. This is close. We've done how to open trades, how to modify trades, and then this is close. This is the final part of the close, by the way. We've shown you how to close the trade manually. Who can tell us how will a trade close automatically? Anybody? Do you have an idea? Do you have an idea? How will this trade close automatically? Guys, think about it. Beautiful. You can see Mr. Israel Bulu said broker's rate. Not broker's rate, not broker's rate. Francis is correct. When it gets to the take profit or stop loss, right? Not broker's rate, right? Broker's rate is like the spread, right? Hope you guys understand. So when it gets to this stop loss here, when price hits the stop loss, it's going to close for a loss. And when it hits the take profit, it's going to close for a profit. That's it. Okay, and then so Joshua Anufosha said trade closes automatically due to TP or SL that must have been entered. Exactly, entered, right? It's like Israel Bulus now says stop loss or take profit. Beautiful. Now, because of time, I want us to run up right now in the next 1 minute or two. But from what we have done over here, I want to believe it makes sense based on how we are supposed to be trading. I want to believe that it makes sense based on how we are supposed to be trading. And if you have any quick question based on this MetaTrader 5 for today, how to use the MetaTrader 5 to open, to close, and to modify trades, please let us know if you have any questions now. And we're going to give you a little take home. We're going to give you a little assignment, right? I hope you guys are up for assignment. The assignment is not compulsory, but it is good for you because it will help you to practice. Remember we said at the beginning, all you have to do is to pay attention, take notes, have a demo live account, and then practice. That practical aspect is very, very important, right? Great. So now, any questions? Do you have any questions for us? And if no questions, then of course we can as well call it a day. Also due to timing. And I want to give you an assignment, right? I'm going to write it down here, assignment, right? It's very important that you try to implement this assignment. Implementation is very key. For assignment, please up to 20 trades. Yes, please up to 20 trades, right? Please up to 20 trades, meaning that the first one, if you look at this area here, the first one from this chart window area, as you can see here, is Euro USD. So you can place a trade on Euro USD, place a trade on GPUSD, AD USD, SDD USD, place a trade on all of these guys, right? Place a trade on all of them. This is your little assignment. Don't forget, you are not doing any analysis. Just pick 20, minimum 20. The first one can be a buy, second one can be a sell. But then don't forget, you would also be coming up with your own stop loss and take profit criteria. That's what we want from you. You would also be coming up with the stop loss and take profit information. Because we have not done any analysis, it's the analysis that will tell us how many pips stop loss to use and how many pips take profits to use as well. Very key, very, very important, right? So in conclusion, for those that might have come in a bit late, in this workshop for beginners, we started by introducing ourselves to the business, where we said what is trading, who can trade, when to trade, how to trade, and the rest of those other questions, the tools needed to trade, and so on, right? So we did that, and then from there, we went over to the MetaTrader 4, how to use the MetaTrader 4 to open trades, close trades, and modify trades. I repeat, how to use the MetaTrader 4 to open trades, close trades, and modify trades. So that's what we have done today. Any question, guys? If you have any question, feel free to ask. If no question, you can as well call it a day. But don't forget, our little assignment is minimum of 20 trades on the 10 trade MT5, right? The MT5 platform for 10 trade. So don't forget also, you don't have an account, please kindly reach out to your account manager or reach out to the person sorry, reach out to the person that sent you the link to join this session, right? This workshop section. Reach out to the person will help you to get your account up and running so that you can start practicing. You need to start practicing. That's why we're giving you this little assignment, right? It's very key, very, very important. In my lifetime, I've noticed that a lot of people don't practice, and you don't practice, eventually your trading will be difficult. It's not a course, right? So you need to what? You need to practice. Everybody needs to practice. Any questions from us? Do we have any questions before we call it a day? Today has been MT4. Tomorrow we're going to proceed with market analysis. We're going to be talking about the market analysis from tomorrow. Any questions from those of us that are here? If no question, we will be calling it a day. Israel Bulu said SLOTP earlier. If no questions, we'll be calling it a day. And we'd like to know if today's class was helpful. We know some of us have been trading, so you should be conversant with the software. But if today's class was helpful with respect to maybe the stop loss, take profits calculation, or maybe entry, right? How to open or close or modify trades, let us know. Someone's hand is raised up. I believe that is, let me try to see that now. Whose hand is raised up here? That is Ade Ulu Yinka. Let us know the question that you have, as we need to round up. The recording is getting a bit too lengthy for others to watch on the replay, right? So it would be good for you to ask a question, or let me switch off the recording, right? And you can ask a question if any, but we have rounded up, so don't take way too much of your time. The market is up and running now. It is still London session. That means that there's still enough opportunities to get today.